So I want you to imagine a world that already has a basic income. Now imagine meeting a guy who lives in this world. For him, basic income is normal. He takes it for granted. If you ask him what problem basic income solves, he'll tell you that it's how people get their money. That's it. That's all there is to it. He won't say that basic income solves the problem of poverty, because for him, the absence of poverty is normal. He won't say that basic income addresses the threat of automation taking jobs away, because in his world, less work means more opportunity for leisure. He won't say that basic income is a useful and effective part of the social safety net, because nobody gets dropped in the first place. His economy leaves no one behind. Basic income is unremarkable and routine. It's just how people get their money. With a basic income in place, wages merely provide an incentive for useful work. I know, paying people to do useful work, what a concept. But that's what the labor market is for. Jobs are not supposed to be how people get their money in general. If we ask our friend how his society pays for the basic income, he'll be confused. In his world, basic income is what pays for everything else. People receive their basic income, and then they spend that money to buy goods and services. Asking what would happen if we removed the basic income would be like asking what would happen if we removed the institution of money itself. Such a world would be unfathomable. Yet that's the world we live in. In our world without basic income, the way we get people their money is broken. Instead of basic income, the status quo is that we overstimulate the financial sector to create unproductive jobs as a way of pushing money to consumers. This process fuels an unstable cycle of booms and recessions like the one we had in 2008. Meanwhile, we're keeping people needlessly busy and needlessly poor. It's not even the case that the rich are somehow exploiting or profiting from the valuable labor of the poor either. If that were true, then at least someone would be getting some benefit out of the arrangement. And we'd have someone convenient to blame for our problems. Nope, there's no easy scapegoat here. We are enslaving ourselves for no useful purpose. We are forcing people into useless work as an excuse to pay them. Now, I don't know what I was going to say next, but we're forcing people into useless work as an excuse to pay them. So, I mean, I guess the question is why? What's wrong? Are we embarrassed to hand people free money? Well, maybe, but that's not the underlying problem. The underlying problem is that we don't understand the economics. And by we, I mean economists. I mean politicians. I mean the public. I mean everybody. We all assume that people have to get their money from jobs. But our current pandemic is now calling attention to the fact that jobs were never the right way to get people their money. All the other problems that you hear about basic income addressing are ultimately caused by our failure to distribute money properly. Basic income is not fundamentally about jobs. It's not about workers. It's not about safety nets. It's not about robots. It's not about freedom or human dignity. It's about money. I don't know how many of our society's problems are caused by the fact that we lack an efficient mechanism to get money into the hands of ordinary people, but I'm sure it's a lot. Imagine how your life would look. Imagine how your community would look. Imagine how the world would look if the way we got people their money wasn't broken. Basic income is not a moral issue. Basic income is a practical issue. Do we want our economy to be efficient? Do we want our people to be okay? If the answer is yes, then this is what we got to do. The best time to introduce basic income was hundreds of years ago. The next best time is now. Thanks.